Hi guys, we're back with the update and the final reveal on our Frankie Day Cold War group build with the for the F104G Starfighter Revell kit. So skill level 2. I think it retails right around $20. I think I picked it up for about $15 delivered online. And I also bought, what you're seeing now is the Scalecraft of California models U.S. Air Force ground crew set, which I've got to add to the fidelity of detail and make a more interesting diorama for the Starfighter. But I kind of screwed up in reverse because the base I had planned was 8.5 by 11, and just as you can see there, just the equipment takes up that much space. So we're gonna have to come up with something different for the final diorama base. But anyway, let's hop right into this kit. It was kind of a cool little set. Some interesting things about it were the Ford tractor here. I'll kind of, let's see what put him. Move this stuff to the side here. We kind of put him front and center. There we go. The adjust our angles here a little bit, and hit the old focus button. There we go. The interesting thing to me, anyway, is that this is a ground crew support set, and the Air Force lists this Ford tractor as a non-aircraft tow vehicle. Means they'd use it for tow anything except for aircraft. Yet it's included in the ground crew set with a tow bar for the aircraft. This is a neat little kit for this part of the kit. Some decent detail on it. I just weathered it just a little bit, not much. Went ahead and modeled it with the rear door open, and no figure inside, because they only give you one driver figure in the set, and I put him over on the other piece of equipment. So it's decent detail. Got a little bit of under body detail for the chassis and the exhaust. It's just a neat little kit overall. But oddly enough, not an aircraft towing vehicle. But the kit also did come with a little towing trailer, which it would have towed, for example, the boarding ladder, which came in the kit, or bombs and missiles, or any kind of things that you wanted to tow out to an aircraft would go on that trailer and be towed by this tractor. Boarding ladder here, I'll show you. You'll see it more when we get the plane out. I kind of weathered it a little bit. Mounted a little clear piece of acetate on the bottom to make it easier to stand up on the diorama, or an off, so I can move it between models. Move the tractor back here. Here's our tow bar, and it was designed, this crank here would rotate the wheels up and down so you could get the correct height at the tow harness for the aircraft you were towing. And then there was a crank here, which you probably can't even see. Would crank out and open up the jaws to clamp around the front wheel of the aircraft. And then with it, let's see here. Oddly enough, this is from another set. This one is an aircraft towing vehicle. Throw this on here. Do it out of frame because my eyes are getting old. With it hooked to your tractor, then you could turn the crank here to raise and lower the wheels, say, to bring that to the proper height to connect to the aircraft. And this unit was telescoping, but when the kit is not, the one in the kit is not telescoping, but the real one was, and I actually had to cut it and add some more styrene into it to make it long enough to fit under the Starfighter, because the nut front wheel was so far back and the pitot tube sticks out the front. But anyway, so that's that. We have the hydraulic bomb loader here. Move this back out of the way, which is a neat little piece of equipment. Does positionable, you can operate it up and down. And the driver happens to have the world's longest arms. Rather than fix the tooling and cut a hole for his feet to go in, they just had the driver sit further back and they made his arms longer to reach the steering wheel. So if he were standing up, his arms would almost go about halfway to his ankles, way past his knees. But he's not bad, and there's some close-up pictures. And after the video, you can see him a little bit better. And again, this letter gives a neat little interesting kit piece that for a diorama that you might not normally see. And so that's that. There were two pilots that came in the set that I'm not going to use for this build. I'm going to save them for another build. And they're both walking, so one would be your pilot and one would be your REO or ECO, depending on which branch of the service you were going with. So if I do something like an F-15E or get around to ever building another F-14 or F-4 Phantom, then you'd have your two pilots, and I'm going to use those for that. But anyway, I'm waffling there. You got the crew chief here. He's got his earmuffs on, and he just fell down. But I got him wearing the white T-shirt and his khakis. There, and I've got one of the mechanics. He's kneeled down. He's got a wrench in his hand. He's actually kind of a neat figure and kind of really nicely done. I'm really excited. That's probably my favorite piece. That and the bomb loader out of this set. Okay, so I'm going to cut right here. I'll come back and we'll do a final reveal on the Starfighter on the intended base, and then we'll play around with this stuff a little bit and kind of see how it will look when I get the bigger diorama base. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back. And here's the completed Starfighter. I used duplo color, perfect match, universal chrome for it, and then sealed it with Future. And put on the decals using the Solva set, and then second coat of Future. I was going to really shine it up with the Teslar's Wet Look Gloss, but I decided the Future was bright enough with that, and I just left it there. The kit is pretty much box stock. I did add a couple of minor parts. For example, there are several nav lights on the plane that I drilled out and put clear lenses in, and then colored them the appropriate color using Sharpies. Again, in the video, I'm not sure how good they'll come out. Sure, how good they'll come out. But here on top of it, we got a clear red here. Of course, now it's showing the butt end. On either side, underneath, there is inside this red circle, there is a clear nav. That would be a white nav. On the wing tank, on this side, you've got a green nav light there. There's one inside the star in the bar, a green one there. Under the nose, which you can't see obviously, there's a white nav light there. We've got a red in the star and bar, and again out on the tank. All the decals in the kit are on the plane, or all the stock decals, with the exception of the little Red Hawk on the tank there. I just thought it looked cool and kind of fit the theme. They came out of my decal box. I have no clue where they originally came from. I'm thinking they came from a P-47, but I'm not sure. As you can see, we modeled it with the air brakes open and the canopy open, the weapons magazine bay open, and then the gun pod for the Gatling gun bay open. Other parts I did add was of course, again, it's in the wrong spot again. We can do it on this one. Add a little bit of fine brass rod just to help support the door, to give it a little extra strength. The actual aircraft does have a bar like that on the real hatch, so it's not unheard of. And then I have added one here in the magazine hatch just to help support it, give it a little more strength. And I haven't done a lot of research, but there was even a little indent in the bottom of the hatch, so it looks like it's something that would belong there. And I'm betting that if it didn't have one, they probably had a prop that held that open, because you would probably wouldn't want that hatch to come down while you're sticking a magazine drum in there. And we modeled it with the everything open. Detailed out the cockpit. There's pictures in the video to show that, because it's so hard to show here. And where is he at? Again, those of you who followed along on the build, I picked up a nice resin pilot. And of course, again, there it goes again. It's on the wrong spot. We'll do it this way. Where you at? There you are. Then we got the paint. Because Mr. Bill from Panzerman Bunker likes to see pilots. So we got pilots, and we got ground crew, and all kinds of goodies for this one. Okay, technical difficulties. I forgot to reset the focus. And I sat there and talked for about 5 minutes with you gotta see a very, very blurry picture. We left off with the resin pilot for the model. And I've been on kind of a kick lately with the Century Series fighters, and then late 50s, early 60s jets were the polished bare metal I mean, the surface, it just looks cool, looks mean, looks fast. I've done the Starfighter there, did the F-86D not long ago. Earlier this summer, I did the Pogo. All those are the bare metal. Did the P-38 in the polished aluminum earlier this year. As a matter of fact, I'll pull him out for a minute here. Not to boast or brag, but my nephew is working on his very first glue kit. And with Uncle Bob helping him out. If I don't break it on him, he'd be real happy if I break his model for him. He's working on there, the P-51D. He's got it all finished up last time, up to decals. Here's his canopy, and actually he decided he didn't want to pilot in his. Sorry, Bill. So next time he comes over, he'll start on doing his decals. And of course, he picked out the hardest ones to do for his. He picked out the ones where you've got to do the checkerboard, where you've got to cut them up into sections basically to get them to fit. I tried to talk him into a different one that I had. I even had some cool ones floating around here, but nope, that's the only one to do. So that's what he's done. It turned out pretty well for his first glue kit. Said he had a little help. Brush painted it. Then we put the clear lacquer on there, get him ready for his decals. He painted up his guns in his gun bay, and it all looks pretty cool. So anyway, and so that's just bragging a little bit. So we'll come back here in a minute, and about 2 seconds for you, and we'll reset this and start showing the diorama setup. All right. Alrighty then, we're back. This is the original base that I had set up for the diorama. Let's see here if I can not cause too much chaos here. One of these days I'm going to get a real good tripod. But every time I say that, I find another model kit that I really want. So we will have to make do. Fix our focus there. Basically, I printed off my computer. I printed a tarmac base, and we're using our crew chief here. He's got the boarding ladder. Got it up, and we've got our pilot here. Standing here like he's ready to climb on board. And we can tell you what, I'm just going to take it off the tripod for now. So hang on to your lunch, guys. Just to bring it in here. There's our tarmac base there. And swing her around here. Slide him back in where he goes. We've got our mechanic there buttoning up the gun bay. So we're just getting ready to go. Let me try back on the tripod here. Again, hopefully without too much chaos ensuing. And the problem comes when I didn't realize how much space all this other stuff took. Yeah, I can't, if I throw the tow bar up there, it goes off the end of the base. And if I start, there's just not room for all this equipment. So, an option would be to either, I really like this stuff, just go ahead and only do it this way, or take this off here. Get rid of this stuff. And it would be cool to use this runway, but it's 144 scale. It's actually for my one of the prototypes for my space shuttle 747 base. And this one is actually the base for my 32nd scale Corsair with the Marsden matting. But with this one, this is 11 by 11 by 15, 17. 11 by 17. So I may go down and get a work and grab one of those medium-sized poster frames for this. And then I have to come up with obviously a new tarmac. This one doesn't look too bad, but by the time the Starfighter came around, the Marsden matting would have been gone. They used a welded steel and concrete plating for temporary runways. But the advantage of this size is it's definitely big enough that we can toss all of our equipment on here. In fact, we can slide this back. I have a little trailer. It's not hooked up anymore, but you get the idea there. You have this stuff in various areas. Put you back where you belong. If I'm boring you guys, I apologize. I just want to kind of show this off and actually throw out your opinions too in the comments if you would. Should I just do just the original with just the Starfighter and the pilot, or go ahead and put a bigger diorama base with all the goodies? Get our ladder back on there. Get our crew chief guy back in here. Hopefully without causing too much chaos. Chaos is my favorite word this week, guys. I apologize. Because we're going into Thanksgiving and working retail. Ta-da! Chaos is the name of the game. And our pilot. And then now slide it all back in the frame, hopefully. I'll move the camera over a little bit too. So I can do something like that. And I'm going to take you off again so you can see a little bit better. That's kind of how it would look with everything on there. Weapons trailer and the non-aircraft tow vehicle, and the aircraft tow vehicle and the tow bar and the hydraulic loader. all on the all on there. So that's how that would look, but I haven't decided if I want to go that way or not. So let me know in the comments. Yay, nay, you're barking up the wrong tree, dump it all in the trash, whatever. Any comment is a good comment, whether you like it or don't like it. So anyway, that's our Frankie Day. It's Cold War group build. Revell F-104G Starfighter. And hope you enjoyed watching the videos and seeing some of the model work there and the model itself. And I'm going to get back to work on my Viper and finish it before the year is out. Promises, promises, promises. And we will see you on the next one. Lots of pictures coming up, guys. Good night.